bookies think it will be Hillary Clinton. I think we should not underestimate Donald Trump's chances. Right now, I think we've all made the mistake of underestimating him. Can we stop underestimating him now and take it very seriously that the United States might, in November, elect somebody who's committed to protectionism, restriction of immigration, and it seems to me in other respects too, for example, on Russian policy, he could be a dangerous player. So there's a big global risk right now in the U.S. election.
We're here at the MSNBC White House Correspondents' Dinner After Party. We just spoke with Reverend Al Sharpton about the state of the presidential election. I covered your talk at the Center for American Progress.
Okay.
Had some funny moments, your comments about Mr. Trump. You guys have known each other a long time. Are you looking forward to a Hillary-Trump run?
I'm looking forward. It's going to be quite a run. I think it's going to be eventful. And I think it's going to be a matter of who brings their base out.
Do you think Trump has a shot to take the election?
Well, I mean, he's already surprised most of us. I never thought he'd go this far. So I'm not going to estimate what he will do in the election, but I'm not going to underestimate what he would do if he were president. So people need to go out and vote.
Let's bring in Carly Fiorina, candidate for the Republican nomination for president, former chairman and CEO of HP. Great to have you here.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Good luck in the election.
Thank you.
So let's use the Trump train as a jumping off point. He did make a list of what he thought mattered. Let's play it and then comment.
Okay.
I will be the greatest jobs president that God ever created. I would repeal and replace the big lie Obamacare. Nobody would be tougher on ISIS than Donald Trump. I will stop Iran from getting nuclear weapons. I will build a great, great wall on our southern border, and I will have Mexico pay for that wall. Mark my words.
Now, do you feel in good conscience that you can disagree with any of that?
Well, I think Donald Trump, who shouldn't be underestimated, by the way, but I think he's hitting on issues that Americans care about. Americans clearly believe the economy isn't growing quickly enough, and not enough of them are employed in jobs they like. They're worried and afraid of what's going on in the world, not just ISIS, but other issues as well. They realize that China has turned into an adversary. They're concerned about border security. These are, I think, real issues. And I think on top of everything else, what I feel out there is something reflected in a recent poll. 82% of Americans now believe we have a professional political class that's more focused on its own power, privilege, and position than on doing the people's work.
I still stand by anybody who underestimates Donald is making a huge mistake. Second of all, I think the definition of temperament required has changed in the last 12 weeks. And I think that both sides have actually hardened up. And I think it's going to be just an enormous battle. But as those polls showed yesterday, I think anybody who underestimates Donald is making a huge mistake.
Donald Trump wins the presidency. The business tycoon and TV personality capping his improbable political journey with an astounding upset victory. Donald J. Trump will become the 45th president of the United States, defeating Hillary Clinton in a campaign unlike anything we've seen in our lifetime. Donald Trump wins the presidency of the United States. He is now going to be called President-elect Donald Trump. He's walking up right now. You see him right there. He's going to be speaking momentarily. He's got his wife there. History has been made. Jake, this is a moment a lot of people are going to remember.
I saw a very thoughtful, very reflective Donald Trump thinking very hard about the job that's coming up, and in particular, thinking about how he can create jobs, how he can create wealth. And I would just say to people that don't underestimate this guy. You know, he's made a big success of his business career, and he intends to be a successful president, and I think he may well be.
Look how well he did winning the presidency when everybody thought that there wasn't much likelihood that he would win. He's pretty influential and a pretty convincing fellow, and I think he's putting together an administration of deal makers. They know how to make deals, and deal makers are always running into setbacks and confrontations, but at the end of the day, they make a deal. So I wouldn't underestimate his ability to get his program through.
I don't want people to think that we're condemning Donald Trump, but as you said earlier, it's unusual. He seems to have spent a good deal of his time sending out tweets that that the United States must strengthen and expand its nuclear ability, that Meryl Streep is an overrated Hillary flunky. You're watching this like everybody else. I mean, what's going on?
You know, you're going to have to talk to him. But here's what I think. First of all, I think everybody has to acknowledge, don't underestimate the guy, because he's going to be 45th president of the United States. The one thing I've said to him directly, and I would advise my Republican friends in Congress and supporters around the country, is just make sure that as we go forward, certain norms, certain institutional traditions don't get eroded, because there's a reason they're in place.
He's a very smart business guy who has consistently proven people wrong, both at the early stage of his campaign, then he won the nomination when no one said he could, then he beat Hillary Clinton. I think we underestimate him at our peril. I think he will not look at warfare as a good deal. I think he will look upon it as a massive drain on America's resources.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
the
office of President of the United States
the office of President of the United States
and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.